Hello everybody, this is Maniac4Bricks, and I'm here today with a LEGO Room update of sorts. This is a mini-series in which I will go through different LEGO display shelves that are still being worked on a little bit, but for the most part have some idea to them, and will be updating them periodically. It's kind of like how a lot of people will have city updates and they'll change around different buildings or where minifigures are placed. This is in the same vein, but for different LEGO themes, and again, on different bookshelves, so there will be other videos about other ones coming up soon, so be sure to stay subscribed so you can get more information about that. For today, we're going to be focusing on the LEGO superheroes genre, or theme if you may, which not only includes DC and Marvel superheroes, but also I throw in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Those are a lot of fun to put all those minifigures up and have some, arrangement with them, but as time has grown on, really not too long ago from this, I've been acquiring more figures that would fit in here, and different models I would like to put along the shelf. So the minifigures serve as a background and kind of a collection of them, and they will be rearranged in this video. I will also be updating, I did update a couple of minifigures over here with the original Peter Parker and Spider-Man from the first Chase set. I don't remember if there was any other ones specifically here that were updated, but there are still plenty others that I have around, like from the new Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 wave. There were some from Captain America Civil War that I didn't put up already, but I have some of those models, and I might, change up how this goes. I've actually had a whole bunch of these that went down on another shelf, which is now for Star Wars. We'll work on that a little later. And a lot of them just kind of went over to this corner for a bit. So they may come back on there, they may be rearranged, but if they don't come back on the shelf, they will still have all the pieces. They're just going to be separated and put into Ziploc bags. So that way, if I want to rebuild the sets, I have the pieces there and will be rather easy. So we may focus on a couple of these being added on. Not necessarily going to put all the elements from these two sets or the other sets in here. Even some of the ones that are already up here have some elements taken out. For example, the Hulk Buster and Hulk specifically are put in here, but not the casing, the little trap that the Hulk has in that same set, as well as the other minifigures, I believe. Actually, I don't even know if Ultron's up here. I don't see him. But I do see a bunch of the other figures, though. So, things like that maybe are changed about. So, if you'll give me a moment, I'm just going to rearrange what's on the shelf, and we'll get back to you with what is new. Okay, everybody, so now the shelf is rearranged. We now have some consistency with the rows, and we also have, like I said before, the rearrangement of the figures themselves. So over on this corner, we have 5 rows of 5 each for fitting some of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I may even put a few customs in here along the bottom, which I previously had up on this wall. Along the middle, you can see there's a very large range for the LEGO Marvel superheroes. I believe I have more of those than DC in general, so that's really awesome. Really happy to have that arranged. And these are even done by sort of franchise. So along the top is a lot of the Spider-Man related ones. Along this side we have the Avengers, the first movie, Age of Ultron, and I thought that might fit with it. Then we have Captain America Civil War along here, and we also have Guardians of the Galaxy, and then X-Men and kind of miscellaneous down there. Along the DC side, it's actually a lot more consistent. We just have a lot of Batman on the top row. Then we have basically the other DC superheroes I've collected. I do need to still find Superman's curly hair, though, for Man of Steel version. I have to put Wonder Woman back in here, and then we just have a whole bunch of the villains and 3 of the heroes there. Now, there are a couple of gaps in here still. This is not a collectathon of sorts. It is close, but there's still plenty more that I have to add in here, especially on the Marvel side. Only a couple more on the TMNT side, or the different versions of each of the Turtles I still have to find from their sets and put back in here. I do have another version of the Foot Soldier to put there. And I also plan on getting a few more Marvel superheroes soon, so that's why I have more spaces in the Civil War section, so that I would fit them appropriately for each side, which all the ones that line up with Captain America over here, and then Iron Man over here, because I'm thinking of getting the Tanker Showdown, so that would put the Vision here, and then I guess it would be Hawkeye, and then Spider-Man. So that would be actually the exception if Spider-Man fit up there. The original Spider-Man from the Action Studio, I have it somewhere. Not really sure where at the moment, so gotta find that. And I mentioned Wonder Woman before. So, really happy with how this is set up. And, yeah, so now we'll get on to the vehicles to put back in here. And as I mentioned before, the big figs will not really be standing on there, just kind of standing on the side. I tried to fit Spider Bites in here, but he was way too big and kind of collided with two shelves, or two of the rows. So, alright, so I'll go do that, pick out my favorites, and we'll be back. Well, here we are back again, and now we've added in some of the different models from LEGO Superheroes sets. You may notice that there's a whole bunch of these that are Marvel superhero based, and I gotta be honest, I really like them. They're really nice designs, they have some good play features for the most part, and just their representation in the movies makes them a little bit more, well, iconic. The DC ones are still good here and there, but I can't really think of that many that I do appreciate, to the point of putting on a display. I do like the Penguin Submarine, and it is a little tacky with the sticker on front of it, but it's still like a nice looking model overall. The Batwing is much smaller than the 2006 version, which I used to have up here, and granted, I would love to have that version back, but it would be way too big. So, the economy version of the Batwing is still pretty good. I would even say that the Marvel equivalent of that would be the economy version of the Quinjet. But I decided to keep that one out for now because, well, there's already plenty of Marvel stuff up here as it is. Spider Bites and Hulk, you can kind of see a little bit crowded back there, but I'm okay with it. It's not going to be a big deal. I'm sure that, again, this will be rotated out quite a bit. Maybe put some other models in here. But there are a couple of favorites of mine that are probably going to stay here for much longer. This has always been one of my more favorite LEGO builds in general, not even just for superheroes, but I really do like the design of this car. I do like the building techniques put into it, and how you can flip the wheels to make it hover. So, there's that. I can't argue with Giant Man. He just has to go in there. There are still plenty of other builds that are good. I definitely like the turtle lair, and I did stick some of the extras of these, army builder type figures onto there, which I've already had before. And this is always a nice little build, too. I don't know if that one's actually going to get relocated, because I was thinking when I put the beach town back up, it would be a nice little thing to put on an intersection. But, we'll see how that goes. Also, I wanted to mention that I did find Wonder Woman. Sort of. I found her pants and I found her lasso. See, the thing that happened with Wonder Woman was Mrs. Brixar, as in Brixar's wife, has a sig fig that, for the most part, resembles Wonder Woman. It just has blue pants instead of what Wonder Woman usually has. So, I have her now as a sig fig, and I've had it for a while. I'd have to check with my LEGO Dimensions stuff, but I could probably take the Wonder Woman out of there and stick it onto the wall. Now, I'm not really going to mix the LEGO Dimensions stuff too much in here, because that would just add a little bit more than it really needs to, and there are some that are already on here that are from LEGO Dimensions, like Superman and Aquaman, and I think the Joker. Actually, the Joker and Harley Quinn are from Dimensions. Two versions that are in there, at least. So, and there is a Bane that is almost identical to that, but I already have him in Dimensions with the backpack on him, so I think it's a-okay as it is still. I'm really happy with this display, and I will be getting on to the Star Wars display at some point in the future. Thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully in the future, I will reduce the length of the video. I know we're going on 10 minutes at this point, but, this is still a fun thing to step by step go through the process of it. I mean, with Star Wars, it's going to be a lot easier because I already have everything removed, and I already have some ideas for sets to go on here. There may still be some changes here or there, and there's plenty of Star Wars figures I need to figure out. I don't know exactly where they all are, but I will have to try to plot out in advance where they're going to go on this whole thing. And considering that Star Wars just had their 40th anniversary, better do it sooner than later to be topical, am I right? Anywho, we'll see you next time with more videos.